Hey guys, ShadowJack05 back again, and today guys, I'm really excited because today we're finally reviewing these 6 Pokemon Fit Pokemon Center plushies that I got while I was in Japan. And so, yeah, today we're taking a look at Toucannon, Incineroar, Alolan Marowak, Wimpod, Alolan Sandslash, and Necrozma. So yeah, and I believe I mentioned this in my Japan shopping haul video. These 6 Pokemon that you see in front of you are all the 6 Pokemon that I'd want on my team in the Alola region. And they're on my team in the Ultra Moon game. So yeah, I'm really excited. So without further ado, let's get started. First things first, guys, I want to start off with Toucannon. So yeah, let's take a look. So as you can see, we got Toucannon here, looking pretty sick. They did a pretty good job getting this guy into the Pokemon Fit plush form. I really like it, so let's take a closer look at the details. So first, we got his really long beak, which looks really good. It's not too soft, but it's not too rough, which I really like. Yeah. They did a really good job capturing the details of the beak. I really like it. And of course, we got the parts of the eyes that are embroidered. They did a good job capturing that too. Looks pretty fierce, just like in the games, and also just like in the anime. Very nice. Of course, the wings, tail feathers, of course, this part of the tail, the white and the gray, and of course the feet. They all look pretty good. Yeah. And of course with the feet, they did a pretty good job with the blue and the black fabric. And again, just like with the beak, the feet are not too soft, but they're also not too rough, at least in my opinion, which I really like. And yeah, they did a pretty good job with this plushie. I give this plushie a 10 out of 10. Or actually, I'm not sure if I want to give this plushie a 10 out of 10 or an 11 out of 10, because like they did too good of a job on this plush. So yeah, either 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 10 for Toucannon. So yeah, perfection all around on this plush, at least in my opinion. And so yeah, that is Toucannon. Next up we have Incineroar, and this plushie is awesome. I think it's phenomenal, so let's take a closer look. So first off, we got Incineroar's mane right here, which I'm not sure. I want to say, for at least for the Pokemon Fit plushie of Incineroar, I want to say that his mane is like a little too long, like a little longer than it is in the games and in the anime. At least I think so, but it's still really cool either way. Maybe I like it, I don't know, but yeah, but still, the mane still looks pretty cool. Of course, we got the 2 eyebrows, which are, I want to say maybe they're glued on, maybe? I'm not sure, but they still look pretty cool. Of course, we got the green and yellow eyes, which are embroidered. Look pretty fierce, which is pretty cool. Then, of course, we got his teeth, which are also embroidered. They did a good job capturing that. And, of course, his red nose. Did a good job with that, too. The red and the black for his whole face and head. Looking pretty sick. Then, of course, we got his torso right here with the gray and the black. Looks like he's wearing some kind of armor, especially here in the back too. They captured that pretty well. Same with the fire belt. The fire belt, they did a good job capturing. See, it goes all the way around his waist. Looking pretty cool. Arms and hands, especially the claws. Very good job. The claws, I want to say, are made out of like a thick felt material, I think. At least I think so. looking pretty cool. Of course, the legs, the red and black stripes and everything. Of course, the paw-like feet. They did a good job capturing that too. And of course, they got his tail too. They did a really good job capturing the tail. Looks pretty good. Probably, I think I'm still going to give this plushie a 10 out of 10 probably, yeah. 10 out of 10 for this plushie. And of course, I forgot to show on Toucannon, but this is what the Pokemon Fit tag looks like. Of course, they can differ in color, if you know what I mean, but yeah, it says Pokemon Fit right there. Here's the inside. And here's the back. And so, yeah, that is Incineroar. Next up, we have Alolan Marowak. And yeah, he also looks pretty cool, so let's take a closer look. So first, we got Marowak's head, which is like he's like wearing still like a whole big skull over his head from what it looks like. So first off, we got this like dark purplish spot right here that's embroidered, looking pretty cool. Of course, we got the eyes. They look like they're like grayish, brownish. They're embroidered as well. They're looking pretty cool. They captured that pretty well. The embroidered nostrils, looking pretty cool. Of course, the arms look pretty good too, and the thumb claws, they look pretty cool too. They're made of like a thicker felt material, I want to say, just like with Incineroar's claws. Same right here. And of course, he does have the bone piece, which has both ends that are on fire, just like in the game and just like in the anime. Looking pretty cool. They captured this part pretty good, especially with the fire on both ends. Yeah, they did a good job with that part. Then of course the legs and the feet. Pretty good job with that too. They captured that really well. And of course his belly too. It's also very well made. And of course the tail. So, well, first off, here's the back. He's got these like patterns in the back, which Pokemon Center captured really well. They're also embroidered, very nice. And of course his tail, he's got one spike on his tail, looking pretty cool. Looks like it's a perfect length too, so yeah. And so yeah, for Alolan Marowak, I give this plushie a 10 out of 10. And so, oh yeah, or maybe an 11 out of 10, I'll have to see. But yeah, pretty great plush. And so yeah, that is Alolan Marowak. Next up we have Wimpod, and I'm really excited to take a look at this one, so let's take a look. So yeah, originally, and I believe I said this in my Japan shopping haul video, I was trying to find Golisopod because he's on my team, just like the way Wimpod is, but they didn't have Golisopod. He was like pretty much sold out, but they did have this guy, so I got this guy since he evolves to Golisopod. So yeah, let's take a look at him. So first we got the eyes. They're embroidered, the gray, yellow, and purple, looking pretty cool. Looking just the way they do in the anime and in the game. They captured the eye features pretty good. I think these are supposed to be like eyebrows, maybe. These parts of the eyes, maybe. They did a pretty good job with that. And of course, his antennas. The antennas look pretty good. Yeah, looking pretty good. And of course, this like big purple part across his face, looking pretty good too. I'm quite sure that's supposed to be an embroidered mouth, I think. It looks pretty good. Then of course here's the top. There's like his back and everything. Captured that really well. Looks like he's got like armored plates. Because I'm quite sure this Pokemon is supposed to be based off like a Trilobite, I think. Or an Isopod. Either way, it's still pretty cool, so yeah. They captured the back part pretty well. The plate-like armor parts and everything. And the tail, too. They did a pretty good job on the tail. It's pretty soft, too. I like it. And of course, the underbelly. You got his legs. He's got 8 of his legs, as you can see. Did a pretty good job with that, too. And so, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about Wimpod. So, yeah, either 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 10 for Wimpod. And so, yeah, that is Wimpod. Next up, we have Alolan Sandslash, and this guy's also looking pretty cool. So let's take a closer look at the detail. So first, we got his face. We got the eyes that are also embroidered just like the others. The black, white, and the blue in both eyes. Looking pretty cool. Looking just the way they do in the anime and in the game. And of course, he does have these 3 like sharp, pointy looking things on the top of his head. Looking pretty cool. Of course, his white belly, it's quite soft. And yeah, they did a pretty good job capturing that. And of course, his arms and his long claws. Did a good job capturing that too. Of course, his legs and his toenails. They did a good job capturing that too. And then here's the back. Of course, looks like he's got icicles and like ice spikes all over the back of his body, on his head, and on his back. Kind of want to say he kind of looks like Bowser, especially at this angle. So yeah, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. They paid good attention to detail when capturing these features, so yeah. Pretty cool. And of course his tail. Did a good job with that too. And yeah, pretty cool plushie all around. Either 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 10 for this guy. And so yeah, that is Alolan Sandslash. And of course, last but not least, we have Necrozma. This guy is looking pretty sick. So let's take a closer look at the plushie. So of course here we have Necrozma looking pretty sick. So first we got the face right there. It's like a bunch of like colors in there. It almost looks like crystals, I think. At least that's from what I remember when I played the game. Looking pretty cool. They're all like embroidered. Did a pretty good job capturing these details. I think maybe that's supposed to represent like all the Pokemon types, maybe. I could be wrong, but either way, it still looks pretty cool. So that's that. And of course, the head, we got these like spikes up here. And of course, the back of the head, I forget what this is supposed to be. I'll have to like maybe play the game again or like look it up again, but I think I did once know what this is for. But yeah, the back of the head with like this symbol right here, it looks pretty good. They paid good attention to detail with this one too. And of course, I'm quite sure these are supposed to be his legs, I think. Looking pretty cool. And of course, his arms, they're quite movable, which I really like. It only makes sense, of course, at least to me it does. And of course, we got these like, I want to say like crystal-like things on the top of his hands, looking pretty cool. And his like claws. His claws look pretty cool too. And of course, these like things that look like the Triforce in his palms. As you can see, they're embroidered. Looking pretty cool. And yeah, this one, yeah, this is a very sick plushie. Either 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 10 for this guy. And so yeah, that is Necrozma. And so yeah, there you have it, guys. That was a look at all these 6 Pokemon Fit Pokemon Center plushies for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I hope you enjoyed it. And I believe I also may have already said this in my Japan shopping haul video, but I'll say it again just in case. These are not out yet on the Pokemon Center website right now. They're only available in Japan, but I think soon they should be available on the Pokemon Center website everywhere. But yeah, and I think once they release these plushies to the rest of the world, hopefully I can get Golisopod then. And yeah, But yeah, other than that, yeah, these plushies are pretty cool. And yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts on these plushies are in the comments down below. Are you planning on getting these plushies when they come out? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today. And I'll see you guys either tomorrow or in a couple days when I finally get to the figures that I got in Japan. So, yeah, until then, peace out.